Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is December 30, 2021. Let's take a look at CRISPR Therapeutics. I love gene editing stocks. They give you very nice performance and sometimes they can go down also. So with that, let's quickly look at CRISPR Therapeutics. The stock is down for a while, trying to make a small move. Let's see if it's good time to buy some CRISPR. So with that, let's jump in here. As you look through here, CRISPR has got nice platform. They have nice gene based medicines and it's really cutting edge. So let's deep dive into this company and see if it's worth investing at this level. So with that, let's jump in. So we look at company overview, look at the competitive landscape, review a few charts, and look at the financial summary and stock performance. And finally, let's do a verdict. Can you buy this stock or should we wait? So with that, let's jump in here. So from a landscape perspective, we got a lot of these gene editing stocks, as you can see here. As you look through here, we got CRISPR right here, almost at the bottom of the pack here. Keep watching. It's been doing nicely. Off late, it's trying to bounce back. Even today, as we speak, they have bounced back nicely. So that's why I think it's a compelling play. But if you look at the players, we got a lot of players here. We got Moderna on the top. It may not be just a gene editing stock, but it's been doing RNA, as many of you know. This is the top leading company here. 1 year performance solid 123%. And then you got NTLA. It's one of the one of my favorite companies here. It's also into gene editing, and that's been doing nicely. If you look at NTLA here, it's a $118 stock here, and the sales growth, as you can see here, it's not great off late. It's a little bit negative, but company has been doing great. Look, nice 95% performance in last 1 year and 778% in last 5 years. That's a great performance. And then you got some of these life sciences companies like Thermo Fisher. It's a steady Eddie company. It's been doing great. And as you can scan through here, it's done solid 376% in last 5 years. And in 2020, this company has done great with everybody worrying about COVID. And then you got a few more as you can look through here. We got Gilead, which is a pretty steady Eddie. Nothing great here. Look, performance for Gilead. It's about 21% in the last 5 years. This used to be a hot shot stock a couple of years ago, but now it's kind of solid. Not a great play off late. And then you got a few more as you can scan through here. We'll look at few companies here. I like even XLXs. It's a good one. It's been beaten down off late, as you can see here. Trying to slowly bounce back here. You could buy this one also. And we got a few more. We got one more device company here, which is ILMN. I love this company. It's been doing great. Nice 195% in last 5 years. Right now it's beaten down, as you can see here. And there are a few more companies here. We got DTIL, again a nice gene editing play. Very low price stock. If you want to hold this for a nice bounce, you could do that too. It's a good one here. And we got a few more as you can scan through here and go from there. So this is the overall landscape of gene editing stocks. I love stocks like NTLA here. It's a great one. And I also like XLXs, which is down at these levels here. Blueprint is also a good one. You could also look at DTIL as well as APLS. And we got Fate. It's a good one also. And you could also look at CRISPR, which is again one of my favorite here. And Editas is down big time here. You could buy some Editas also here and go from there. So with that, what we'll do is we'll look at a few more here and go from there. All right. So we look at a couple more companies here as we scan through here. We got CRBU here. It's just a little company with a very low market cap, as you can see here. 877 million, not too small. It's not doing well off late, as you see here. It's all negative performance. On the other hand, we got Verve here. It's trying to come back here slowly, having some positive performance. And we got Graphite, which is again a little bit newcomer here. It's also trying to put on some solid performance in last 10 days. You could look at some of these beaten down stocks also, a little bit newer stocks, and see if it's worth buying. So with that, let's jump in here and look at review a few charts and go from there. So as you look through here, we got a few charts here. We got CRISPR Therapeutics, one of my favorites here. And as you scan through here from a stock perspective, CRISPR has been going down, as you can see here, and now slowly it's catching some fire. It's trying to make its way higher. This is when I like to buy these companies here. CRISPR is a very solid company, and they have a tendency to go down for a long time and consolidate and finally go higher. So this is one of those moments. That's why I like CRISPR here. It's showing some conviction to go higher. And look at here, we got on the balance volume. On the balance volume is also trying to go higher slowly. So that's a good play. I like to look at on the balance volume also. So that's why I think it's the right time to slowly buy CRISPR. And if you're an option buyer, you could also look at selling some put option here. RSI being a little bit higher here, you could make some money selling some put options also. Next is NTLA, which is one of my absolute favorite here. As you look through NTLA here, this is also trying to go slowly higher, as you can see here. So this is when we got to buy stocks like NTLA here. It's one of the favorite stock here. I think it will do very well. As you look through here, NTLA, look, it's trying to go higher here. It's got a nice base, around 75 or so. From that base, it's trying to go higher. So that's a good solid play here. And then got Beam here. Beam is also a solid play. Beam is also trying to go higher, as you can see here. I think it's good to buy Beam also at these levels here. Beam is trying to make a nice move here. And on the balance volume is also trying to go higher. So that tells you, Beam is a good play here. Stock is at about $84, not too much. It's already up $4 today. I think all the gene editing stocks are slowly making a comeback here. I think we should look into investing in these names here. And then finally we got APLS, again a solid play here. It's also trying to make a move, as you can see here. I think at these levels we should try to buy some of the gene editing plays and position our portfolio for a nice bounce in 2022. So with that, let's jump in here and look at the next slide here and look at the background of this company here. As you look through here, we got CRISPR Therapeutics. It's a leading gene editing company, as you can see here. It's been focused on CRISPR technologies. I think it's doing great. And they have multiple things going on. They got functional cures. That's a good one here. They got immuno-oncology platform. It's a great platform for curing the cancer using gene editing. They got regenerative. That's also a good indication. They can do a lot of things using this indication here. And finally, they got vivo applications here. And they are going after all these four areas here and really doing some solid performance here. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more details here. So if you look at the pipeline here, I love this pipeline. It's a solid pipeline here. We got here. They got multiple things going on. We got hemoglobinopathies here. As you look through here, they're collaborating with the Vertex Pharma, which is a deep pocketed player here, and they're collaborating right now. They're in the clinical trials phase here. I think this can really help them to go forward in 2022. And then you got immuno-oncology, cancer indications here, and they're also in the clinical trial, as you can see here. And they're basically doing it on their own here. It's wholly owned, as you can see here. Some of these indications can bring them handsome returns in the next year. And then we got your regenerative, basic type 1 diabetics. Here they're in the little bit early phase, as you can see here. This can come, sometimes in 2021 phase 1. And we got a collaboration here with the Via Site. And finally, they got multiple vivo approaches here. It's a little bit early research stage here. Probably this will come for trials maybe in 2022, later half or so. So with that, as you can see here, solid pipeline. Right now they're enrolling in the first year CTX 001 here. This can be out anytime, maybe in 2022 later half. And they got multiple things going on here. That's why I like this nice pipeline here. So that gives me some confidence. They're already in a nice phase here with the clinical trials going on here, and they got multiple indications where this is a little bit far ahead here, but there are a lot of things which are still in the baking. So that's why I like this pipeline, and also I like the collaboration with the partners here with the Vertex and via site here. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more things here. All right, so if you look through here, we got few more things going on here. CRISPR AG, it's a gene editing company, as you all know, and they got this serious diseases they can cure using this gene-based medicines. And as you look through here, stock price is about $80, and the market cap is about $6.16 billion. And right now, analysts are basically saying it's a strong buy. We got 10 analysts saying buy and 3 hold. So that's a solid, strong buy status here. And as you scan through here, we got nice performance going up here. This stock has been in the sidelines for a long time, as you can see here. Since this January, stock has not moved much. So right now, actually from since June, it's not moved much. Right now, it's trying to make a move here. That's when we like to catch companies like CRISPR and then buy. And as you look through news items here, folks are wondering, CRISPR can be one of the good potential takeover candidates. We got a lot of deep pocketed players in the biotechnology area. This can easily be a nice takeover candidate. And as you look through here, we got one of the moonshots here. CRISPR is a nice moonshot. I think that's a good analogy. These stocks can go to the moon pretty quickly once it's down like this. So with that, I think overall, from a background perspective, company checks out. They're trying to do the right thing. It's a strong buy. It's been beaten down for a while. And next, let's look at a little more detail here and see what analysts are predicting from a target price perspective. So as you can scan through here, from a target, high target is about $220. Right now stock is about 85 or so. That's a nice, nice improvement from current stock price, almost 3 times more than current price. And median is around 153 here. Again, a nice bump from current price. And the low expectation for next year is about $90, which is again above current price. All in all these analyst top price targets are above the current price. So they're expecting by Q4 next year, stock will go up to one of these levels here. I think we should probably look at the medium target here about 153. That looks more realistic to me. And as you look through in the insider activities, we got an insider who bought about 191.9K in stock in last 3 months. That tells you these insiders have conviction. They think stock is going to go higher. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more details. And we got here CEO. We got a young dynamic chap here, Mr. Samarth Kulkarni. He's leading the company, and right now, there is a nice 70% approval rating for the CEO. As you look through the background of this Samarth Kulkarni here, he was CEO since 2017, and he's got a lot of expertise in strategy and operations. He was part of McKinsey company, as you can see here. He was also trying to help with all this biotechnology area within McKinsey. So overall, from a background perspective, looks like he's a strategy guy. He can really lead the company and go from there. All right, so let's look at ETFs. What ETFs are holding CRISPR Therapeutics? So as you look through here, we got a lot of these solid ETFs holding this company here. We got IDNA, which is human genomics ETF here. They're holding solid share here. And then we got genome, again a human genomics type ETF. And we got our friend ARC-G here with the Kathy Woods. She's also holding nice amount of human genomics, CRISPR technology stock here. So with that, I think it's a solid play here. Look, we got all these ETFs here down for the year. That's when you buy these companies. When the ETFs are down, that tells you the whole gene editing space is down. And as the players are starting to start going higher, that tells you it's a good time to jump in. So with that, let's look at a few more details here. And as you look through here, we got all these ETFs. They're holding a nice chunk of CRISPR stock. Look, we got IDNA. They're holding about 14 million shares in $14 million worth shares of CRISPR Therapeutics. And we got Genome, again solid holdings here. And if you look at our friend Kathy, she's holding a lot of stock in her portfolios here. Look, we got 676 million, 248 million. She's holding a lot of shares in CRISPR. And also there's a Moonshot ETF here. They're also holding nice chunk, as you can see here. So overall, there's a good interest level for these stocks here. Everybody wants this stock to go higher. The entire space is down, in the last 1 year. I think this is when, it's a good time to slowly buy and take it from there. So with that, let's go into a little more details and do a deep dive on this company here. Let's take a look at a quick snapshot. I always like to take a quick look at the snapshot first and then dive in. From a snapshot perspective, as you look through here, you got CRISPR Therapeutics. And as you scan through this company here, it's doing pretty nicely, as you see here. Right now, stock price is about 76. I think today, as we speak, it went up about $80 or so. That's a good jump in today's market. And market cap is about $8 million or so. It's down, from 52-week high, it's down nicely, 65% down. And company started, IPO date is around 2016. It's been there for a while. Switzerland-based company, as you can see here. Even though price is about 76, the target price is about 151. That tells you a nice maybe 50% bounce, from these levels here. And nice volume here. You can trade in and out. It's a good trading volume. I like to buy these type of companies at least for 3 to 6 months or even a 1 year time frame. That's when these indications and drugs will come out and they will do nicely. And from a beta perspective, beta is 2.07. That tells you this company can go higher. It's a little more volatile. If S&P 500 does 50%, this company can do 100% up or down as usual. That's why it's a high beta company or a high octane company, as we call it. And as you look through here, now let's look at sales and margin. From a margin perspective, as you scan through here, it's doing pretty okay from a sales growth perspective. Nice quarter over quarter sales growth. I like it. And they also have a nice sales here, about $902 million trailing 12 months. And year over year sales growth is also pretty good here. No issue on the growth side of the house. And 5-year growth is also pretty nice. And from a margin perspective, they got nice operating margin here, as you can see here. I like this operating margin, pretty good here. Net margin is also pretty good. EBITDA margin is also pretty nice here, double digit. That's good, very good. And as we scan through here, from a sales growth perspective, they got negative sales growth for next year. So analysts are expecting negative sales growth because we are waiting for some drugs coming out here. This can change. EPS growth also, they're expecting negative EPS growth. These things can change. It's based on current expectations. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more things. Now we look at the financial information here. From a financial information perspective, as you scan through here, we got total debt to equity ratio, which is low here, not too much. That tells you, company is savvy from a financial perspective, not taking on too much burden. And if you look at the total cash here, they have a lot of cash here, $2.4 billion. They're not going to go out of business, run out of cash anymore. And free cash flow is pretty respectable here. Nice free cash flow. I like it. And as you scan through here, they got return on asset as well as return on equity, double digit. That's a good number here. And look, I pay very close attention to Piotrowski F score here. It's a 6. That tells you their books are improving last couple of years. So that's a very good indication. Operating cash flow is positive. That's also good here. So with that, let's jump in and look at a few more things. So we look at performance to begin with. As you scan through here from a performance perspective, it's down for 5 day, down for 10 day, down for 1 month, even down for 3 month and a year, and six month and a year. So as you can see here, right now it's in a downturn here. Stock has been down. But if you look at longer term here, 5 years it's positive, it's doing nicely, 283%. And now let's look at a few more things and go from there. There we go. So from a technical perspective and from a grade perspective, as you can scan through here, from an RSI perspective, I know many of you look at RSI, it's a low 44. Anytime RSI is below 50, call me a buyer, at least in stocks like CRISPR. And money flow index also is 59. That tells you, money is flowing into the stock right now. And IU percentile is high. That tells you can sell some put options if you want to buy stock if it comes to your level. That's a good strategy also. And as you scan through here, its average true range is about 4.95. That tells you on any given day it can move up or down by about $5. And as you look through here from a moving average perspective, 20-day moving average is positive. I'm sure even 10-day moving average will slowly start getting to positive. This is what I like about this moving average indication. Even though stock is down below 200-day moving average, the shorter term moving averages are going above. That tells you there is a crossover, bullish crossover. In the near term, stocks are going above their moving averages. Right now it took on its 20-day moving average. I'm sure by now it already took on its 10-day moving average. That's a very good thing here. And look here from an Altman Z-score perspective, financially it's a sound company. Anytime this Altman Z-score is below 1.8, you watch out. There is some financial risk, but right now it's very good. And it gets a nice A grade in the finance, nice B grade from Morningstar on the growth grade here, and profitability is F. Given their net profit margin is negative right now, that's why profitability is F here. So I think that's in a nutshell here. Profitability is F, but it's understandable for these type of companies. But nice grade from Morningstar from a financial health as well as a grade perspective. So with that, let's jump in and look at a few more indications and see what's going on here. As you look through here, let's look at a few things here and go from there. So look from a number perspective, earnings per share perspective, we are a little bit down here, which is understandable for these early stage companies. They tend to show you not too much earning to begin with, because they're focusing on their own product here. And let's look at a few more things here and look at the annual sales. From an annual sales perspective, I like the clip to begin with here. It's trying to go higher, as you can see here, but right now it's down. These type of stocks like CRISPR and gene editing stocks, they have a very good year like 2019 here, as you can see, and they got some not so great years like 2020. So that's why this company and gene editing stocks in general, they can go high or low on any given year. They are very much volatile. That's why you have to catch companies like CRISPR when they're down and hold on to them. And we look at few more details here. Shares outstanding. From a shares outstanding perspective, as you see here, it's a little bit not in the right direction, as you can see here. We want this to go down. Right now it's going higher, which is I think it's okay for these type of companies, early stage companies, because they do need some money to carry out their operations. That's why they issue some stocks from time to time. When a drug comes out with a blockbuster, that's when these companies will make a lot of money. Till then they have to carry on their operations. That's why they burn some cash by issuing some stocks. Next we look at few more numbers here and go from there. So now let's look at quarterly earnings. As you can scan through here from a quarterly earnings perspective, we got again boom bust type cycle here. Look, nice 630 quarter here, 901 million, and then you got 930 quarter, not too much. That's the scenario in case of these type of stocks here. They got nice cycles where they will do lot of money and they will work on their R&D and product. In the meantime, they may not make too much money. That's why as they put out more and more drugs in the market and pipeline gets solid, that's when they will start making more predictable type quarterly revenue. And from an R&D perspective, I think I like this clip here. From an R&D perspective, look, nice uptick here. They are spending a lot of money in the R&D. That tells you, even though company is not doing well, they are sharpening their saw and working on their R&D, and this can really help the company. I love this clip here. They're spending good money in the R&D. And next is net income. For net income is nothing to brag about here. As you can scan through here, right now it's a negative net income. We'll see how it goes, but right now it's a negative net income. Which is understandable for these companies. They will go higher quickly and they will also come down. So, which is very, very much understandable in early stage biotech companies. As they will put out more and more drugs in the market, that's when they become a little more predictable. All right, let's look at few more details here, and I like to look at the companies starting with their performance on a yearly basis, and then jump into quarterly based performance and numbers. Let's jump in and look at the yearly numbers here. From a yearly numbers perspective, as you can see here, we got market cap. It was around 800 or so back in 2030. Back in 12 30 16 here, look, 806 million market cap here, and it became nicely much higher next quarter and jumped higher and higher. So I like this clip here. That tells you this company knows how to take the market share away and grow its own business. But what's going on off late, as you can see here, from 12/31/2020, 11 billion market cap, to right now it's about 5 billion. That's why companies like this, you got to be a believer and buy the company when they're down like right now, and hold the stock for a while. You'll get a nice return. These are not for faint hearted type investors. You got to have some conviction and buy these companies when they're down like right now. And from a price perspective, same trajectory here. Look, nice price increase from $20 to 23, 28, all the way to 153. Right now it's back to 76 here. I think it went up as we speak to around 83 or so. That's why it's a good time to buy. You could see nice bounce once a drug comes out and some positive news comes out. You can see a nice bounce in these stocks here. Next, let's look at a few more other details around the sales here. From a sales perspective, as you can see here, this is again, like we talked about, boom bust. They did not so great sales here, nice sales, not so great sales, nice sales. You see the pattern here. That's why this company, it kind of goes boom and bust type. So that's why it's good to invest when stock is down like this. And from a surprise perspective, this company sometimes surprises Wall Street big time. Look, big time surprise here, and stock jumped nicely. And look, negative surprise and negative sales also, as you can see here. And stock did not do that great here. So that's why companies like this, don't expect any predictable earnings surprise here. They know when to surprise and they have their own schedule. We can't force a schedule on these companies for earnings surprise. And from an earnings per share perspective, again, same story. Some quarter they do extremely well, nice earnings, positive earnings, and some quarter they don't do so well, negative earnings. So that, again, this is not a predictable type pattern, but in general, you get the idea. The quarter they do bad, next quarter, if they do a good in one quarter, next quarter is bad, and the following quarter is typically good quarter. That's why right now it's good time to invest in stocks like CRISPR. We can anticipate some good news as we go forward. And from a cash perspective, as you can see here, they have a lot of cash. No need to worry about cash. Nice cash here. They're improving their cash position, right from 2017, as you can see here. It's a yearly chart here. They're improving their cash position, which is very good. And next, let's look at a few more details here. Let's look at a free cash flow type situation here. From a free, cash, they got nice cash. From a free cash flow, negative right now. As you can see here, operating cash flow is also negative. And margins, we don't need to look at the margins. It's a big time negative here. On the positive side, though, they got nice R&D, research and development. They're spending some money. That's why this company can turn around the corner pretty soon. And next we'll look at a few more details and go from there. Let's look at ROE and ROA. From a ROE and ROA perspective, there is nothing to brag about. It's what it is. It's negative right now. I like double-digit positive. It can give double-digit positive at times. Right now, it's negative, as you can see here, as of 12:30. But I think right now it turned the corner. It's positive right now, but it goes up and down, as you can see here. Sometimes negative, big time. Sometimes a little bit positive. It's a boom and bust type cycle, depending on their drugs coming out. And finally, let's look at earnings per share. This company, we should not look at the earnings per share. We should probably look at the price to sales. There is no earnings price. There is no price to earnings. It's the price to sales here. Very expensive from a price to sales perspective. It's 100 plus as of 12/31. So that gives you a good idea. So in a nutshell, this company is known to have some boom bust year. One year it goes to moon, and next year it comes down. So that's the pattern here. So that's why I think it's a good one to buy at these levels here. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more details. Now we are looking at the quarterly. As we look through the yearly numbers, we get a good idea, on the bigger picture perspective. Now let's look at the finer details and look at the quarterly numbers. From a quarterly numbers perspective, look, we got 930 quarter, which is the latest quarter here. And as you look through the numbers, look, it's up and down. Sometimes they do well. This quarter 630 they did well. From a market cap went higher, from 331 to 630. Next, they did not do that great. It came down. In a nutshell, this company's market cap fluctuates pretty nicely. That's the reason for high beta. Overall, as you can scan through here, from 930 all the way to 930 next year, market cap went up very nicely. But right now, what happened is market cap collapsed with the stock dropping big time. And similar story on the price. Price was $40 per share, and as of 9:30, it's $111, and right now it's about $80. So there's a price movement, but this is very very volatile stock, not for faint-hearted investors. And if you look through sales here, sales is also showing similar pattern here. Look, we got sales of 1 million in 930 quarter, but 630 quarter here, nice 901 million. So it's a boom and bust type cycle with this stock here. Expect these type of volatility. In 630 quarter they showed nice $10 earnings, but in 930 quarter it's negative. So that's why it's a up and down type market. So with this stock, you got to have some conviction and go from there. All right, so let's look at a few more details and let's look at cash here. From a cash perspective, as you can scan through here, they got nice cash here. I'm not worried about the cash situation. They have that under control, lot of money. And debt is very low. That's very savvy of them to have a lower debt here. That's why debt to equity is very low, just 0.1 here. And from a free cash flow perspective, this company is not making it right now. As you can see here, it's a negative free cash flow. Um, so it's a negative free cash flow right now. The situation can improve. Look at a quarter before, there's a nice positive cash flow. That's why this is the right time to invest in this company right now. And as you look through R&D investment, companies spending a lot of money on R&D. That's always good. And return on equity and assets are positive for the current quarter, and it's also positive for 630, which is also good. I love double digit ROE and ROA. And finally, from a earnings per price to earning perspective, right now it's manageable, 9.7. Given I think it's getting better. It was very pricey a while ago, as you can see here. Right now it's manageable, not too bad. So with that, I also like to look at monthly performance matrix. It tells you what's going on with the company. Off the bat, by looking at this, the way to read this is I got all the months at the top here. You can see all the months since the company went IPO and how they've done on a yearly basis. Current year, 2021, they're down 47%. 2020, they've done very good here, 151%. 2019, they've done great. And as you can see, they've done pretty nicely all along. Right now, companies are down, as you can see here. Current year, they're down. And as you look through here, their performance in the entire 2021 here, they've been struggling. Some months they've done well. See, look here, June, they've done nicely here. But overall, they're struggling this year. The moment you see this type of things in a company and they're spending a lot of money on the R&D and getting some drugs out of the market, that's why next year can be good for this company here. They're really burning some money and bringing some products into the market, collaborating with their partners. That's why it's in a working mode right now. The moment they put something out in the market, stock is going to go higher. And also off the bat, you can see here, typically a month of September is not good for this company. It's been down in a month of September for a very long time, as you can see here. And also month of May, you got to watch out. It's also not so great month for this company here. And probably month of March, you got to watch out a little carefully here. There is some up and down in the month of March. But the moment company does bad here like this, typically it follows with a nice year where they will show some good earnings. That's why at this time CRISPR took enough beating. I think they are already enough punishment, as you can see here. Wall Street is ignoring this company right now, and they're not sitting quiet. They're working on the product, bringing out the best product in the gene editing that can help this company here. So with that, next we'll look at stock chart here from TD Ameritrade from Thinkorswim platform here. As you look through stock chart, all right, as you look through the stock chart here, look, it's done nicely. As you look through here from 2019 all the way to 2020, that's their peak time. Stock shot up to the moon, as you can see here. It went to $220. Wow, that's a huge amount, as you can see here. But what happened off late? Stock came down, big leg down, huge leg down here. And right now, stock is trying to make a move here. I think at this time, I think it's good to slowly, start accumulating and buy this company. I think they will do great. And as you look through here, look, there is a nice support level around this level here. It's trying to shy away and go higher from the support level here. I think it's trying to go away from this 200-day moving average. As it takes on its 200-day moving average, it will slowly take on the other moving averages pretty soon and go from there. That's why it's actually a 200-week moving average. It's a weekly chart here. So that's why I like this company here. It's been sitting there marking the time for a while. In the meantime, working on their R&D and putting out some great product. That's why it's a very good time to buy CRISPR Therapeutics. All right, now let's look at a shorter term chart here. This is a little bit shorter term, as you can see here. And as you look through here, stock has been trying to go sideways and trying to go slightly higher, as you can see here. I can see some nice green shoots. That's a good sign. And as you scan through here from a RSI perspective, momentum is going higher. That's why RSI is picking up. That's a good sign here. And volatility is coming down, as you can see here. As the price stabilizes, volatility comes down normally. And from a DMI perspective, I love looking at DMI charts. Look, right now we are crossing over from red line. The blue line crosses over red line. That's a nice positive indication that tells you it's a bullish crossover. That's a very good sign, bullish sign here. The volume average is picking up. That tells you there are more buyers than sellers at these levels here. And the check-in money flow is also pretty solid, telling you there are all these buyers are buying. The smart money is pouring into the stock here. That's a very good sign also. So with that, let's jump in here, look at the option chain. As you look through the option chain here, we got nice positioning here. Look, current stock price is around $79. Stock went all the way to $220 in last 52 weeks. And look, around current stock price, which is around $80, we got nice open interest here, 454 contracts traded. And as you look through here, there are more contracts traded down here at around $100 strike price. And at 125 strike price, we got 1700 contracts open interest here. That tells you, there are a lot more call buyers than put option buyers. So if you look at the put option here, there is open interest, but it's nowhere close to the open interest on the call side. That's why in the options market, people are betting this stock will go higher. That tells you there is a bullish sentiment in the market. And next, let's look at a few more details here and look at option statistics. As you look to the option statistics here, stock is $79. Look, number of call options traded 2,339. Number of put options traded just 917. That makes the put call ratio around 0.392. Anytime it's less than 2, less than 1, it's a bullish sentiment here in the options market. Right now, it's even less than 0.5. Squarely bullish from an options perspective. Option buyers are betting this stock will go higher. So with that, let's jump in here and look at what to do next. You might be wondering, hey, you know what? I heard everything here. What should I do? So I think, by looking at all the details, we looked at the fundamentals, we looked at the technicals. It's a leading gene editing company here. They got a lot of drugs going on here. They got this revolutionary CRISPR, Cas9 technology. And they have solid pipeline, as we talked about. They got multiple indications here with the hemoglobin, immuno-oncology, and regenerative. And they got a lot of good collaborations here with the Vertex, with the VIA site, and so on and so forth. And they have a lot of trials coming up in the pipeline. If these trials can do nicely, stock can really shoot to the moon. And this can be a potential buyout. Stock is a little bit stalling off late. There are a lot of deep-pocketed competitors. They can buy this company outright. That can make the stock to go higher. With all these details here, I feel it's a great time to buy some CRISPR Therapeutics and hold on for a while. I recommend holding it at least for 6 to 1 year time frame, so that way you can wait till a drug comes out in the market and stock can go higher. With that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.